Would you easily say that Kevin Durant is one of the best players in the NBA right now? You honestly should, because he honestly is. Ever since he came out of college, he's been a highlight reel, creating force of nature, to the extent that he is often considered one of the best in the NBA today and one of the best of all time. He's got many awards and 2 rings to back up just how good he is. Is he the perfect player? No, but no one is. And not now or ever. But he has put on a show more times than not, and he has shocked people by just how great he is, as well as other decisions that he's made. Number 8, how good he was out the gate. When it comes to the big draft picks of any sport, the immediate question is that of how good will these rookies be? Many times the answers are inconsistent. For every great player, you often get ones who flame out or never live up to their potential. For Kevin Durant, everyone kind of gave him a pass because he was going to be on the newly formed Move team in the Oklahoma City Thunder. No one would have blamed him for not doing good there. Instead, he became the most important player in their history. He was so good early on in his career that the Thunder knew to build around him, and that's how he got to play with Russell Westbrook and James Harden, and eventually take the team to the NBA Finals. Sure, he didn't stay there, but he shocked everyone by showing how great he was there. Number 7, 44 points in the finals. The most efficient game at Kevin Durant's finals appearances. In Game 3 of the 2018 NBA Finals versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, Durant dropped 43 points on the Cavs, shooting a phenomenal 15-23, 65.2% from the field. He was 6-9 from downtown, 66.7%, and it was the 3rd most efficient game in Durant's playoff career when he scored more than 40 points. Durant also had 13 boards and 7 assists in the game. The significance of this performance by Kevin Durant must also be seen in the context that Stephen Curry scored more points in each of the other 2018 Finals games. But with Curry struggling in Game 3, only 11 points, 3 of 16 from the field, it meant that this was the game that won Durant his 2nd successive Finals MVP. Oh, and speaking of the Warriors, number 6, the free agent signing. For a time, everyone thought KD would be fully and completely with the OKC Thunder throughout his career, but in a twist of fate that no one really saw coming, he left the team due to issues with Russell Westbrook and the underperforming team kept doing after their sole NBA Finals appearance. Now enter the Golden State Warriors, who just came off a crushing loss in the Finals to LeBron James, and they swore that would never happen again. Steve Kerr told KD that they could win a title without him, but with him, they would win multiple titles. And he was right, and in a shocking and somehow deemed controversial play, he went to the Warriors. And with Steph Curry as his partner in crime, they went to 3 straight finals together and won 2 of them. Number 5, you know who I am? After Patrick Beverley limited Kevin Durant to just 8 shot attempts while making him concede more turnovers than 9 in Game 2 of the Los Angeles Clippers versus Golden State Warriors 2019 playoffs first-round matchup, Durant had this legendary remark to make to the media. You know who I am? Y'all know who I am? Incensed by the suggestion that Patrick Beverley could shut him down, Durant went on to drop 38, 33, 45, and a career-best 50 points against the Clippers in Games 3, 4, 5, and 6 to win the Golden State Warriors the series. Durant averaged 41.5 PPG on 57, 40, 95 splits over those 4 games to remind the world that he is and will always be Kevin Durant. Number 4, the finals again. In terms of pure numbers, Kevin Durant's 31 points in Game 3 of the 2017 NBA Finals versus the Cleveland Cavaliers doesn't really measure up to his otherwise high standards. But this performance needs to be seen in the context of those finals. The Golden State Warriors were up 2-0 in that series, playing their first away game in Cleveland. With 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the game, the Warriors found themselves trailing 107-113. After Steph Curry made a layup, Durant made a 13-foot jumper to cut the game to a 1-point deficit. Then, with Kyle Korver missing a long-range attempt, Durant gathered the rebound and jogged down the court with about 45 seconds left to play. With LeBron James in front of him, Durant pulled up for a casual-looking 3, which went in and gave Golden State a lead they never lost. Durant made a couple of free throws to follow, and the Warriors eventually nicked the game 118-113. This was the closest of the 5-game 2017 Finals. Cleveland won Game 4 only for the Warriors to close out the series back home in Game 5. but had Durant not come up with his late-game heroics in Game 3, of which he had 7 of Golden State's last 11 points, the Cavs may well have forced a Game 6 at the very least. Number 3. Foot on the line. The Brooklyn Nets, Durant's latest NBA team, were playing the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 7 of the 2021 Eastern Conference semifinals. With the score at 109-107 in favor of Milwaukee with 6 seconds left to play in the game, Brooklyn had possession of the basketball. Jeff Green inbounded the ball to Durant, who after a couple of dribbles from beyond the three-point line on the right wing, spun and launched an incredible shot over PJ Tucker. The ball went in and the Brooklyn fans were ecstatic. Durant apparently hit a triple, giving his team a 1-point lead with only 1 second left to play. It appeared that Milwaukee's championship aspirations had ended prematurely for a 3rd successive year thanks to KD's brilliance. However, upon review, it was found that KD's long feet were touching the three-point line when he launched the shot over Tucker. The basket was subsequently ruled to be a 2-point shot, which meant the game went into overtime. And although Milwaukee went on to win the game, Durant put up 48 heroic points for his team on that night. KD summarized the effect of his long feet clipping the three-point line best when he said, "I thought it was a 3, but my big-ass foot was on the line." Number 2, the humble speech. This moment actually comes off the basketball court, but it remains a top highlight from Kevin Durant's career. It is from back in 2014 when Durant won his one and only regular season MVP award. With Russell Westbrook missing a bunch of games, Durant put the Oklahoma City Thunder on his back. He averaged a league-best 32 PPG, shooting 50.3% from the field. He also averaged 7.4 RPG and 5.5 APG, earning the Thunder the second-best record in an ultra-competitive Western Conference. On the night of the award, Durant made a heartfelt speech. Dressed impeccably in a blue suit and white polka-dotted black tie, Durant thanked each one of his teammates, including Russell Westbrook and Caron Butler. He spoke about where he came from, the hardships he faced as a child, and the people who motivated him. He teared up repeatedly during his speech, leaving the audience also in tears. Right at the end, Durant thanked his mother, Wanda Durant. He told the audience how she kept him off the streets, how she fed him and his brother even when there was no food to eat. He ended his speech on the following memorable note: "You made us believe, put clothes on our backs, you went to sleep hungry, you sacrificed for us, you're the real MVP." Number 1, leaving the Warriors. There is no more shocking move than this. During the 3rd finals appearance with the Warriors, KD suffered an injury in the finals that took him out of the series, and the Warriors lost without him and Klay Thompson, who was injured earlier in the playoffs. But what came next was even more shocking. With his 3-year contract now done, he bailed on the team that he had won 2 titles with, and went to join Kyrie Irving with the Brooklyn Nets. It was a blockbuster move that to this day no one really knows why it happened. But the joke, as it were, was on Durant, because in his time with the Nets he's never been to the finals, has been injured multiple times, his dream teams never work out, and he himself asked to leave the Nets. One can only wonder what would have happened if he had stayed with the Warriors instead of leaving them. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Kevin Durant and how some of the things he's done on and off the court has shocked the world and proven that he's more than meets the eye? Which of these moments do you personally think was the most shocking of all? What has Durant have to do in the remainder of his career to fully prove his worth? Let us know in the comments below, and we will see you next time on the channel.